The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry. I would like to show you the 12 commandments listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. These commandments are the agreement between our Creator and His nation Israel, and they agreed with our Creator that any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded them to bring him a sin offering to their priest to be forgiven of their sin. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Now I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 20, verse 26, the word bars to arches. And the words now reveal the style of the roof for his tent for meeting with him, and the roof style for the house for meeting with him. So who has been editing the first writer's words to hide this knowledge from you? Let me show you their words from the 1611 preface, which the translators inserted into the front of the English King James Bible in 1611. They gave 4 reasons for themselves to edit the Bible. The one I want to show you is the red arrow at the top, which points to the 3rd reason. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the divine, to a clerk named Gregory. Now the next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome changed our Creator's calendar by setting the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice how the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. And you can also see they have an Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's courtyard. The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and a participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. In their own words, I will say those men were not seeking to help people who are seeking knowledge from the first writers writing in the Hebrew text. I have an old Bible program that I use to help find a better word from the New American Standard's 1977 Concordance, which has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. My revealing of the first writer's words will make the text read like the first writer had wrote them, and their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. All right, I hope I have everything set up today. Looking good. And like I said, right up here is what I'm going to start to do with 26. And I usually have to start out by saying that anything within quotation or parentheses from you find in the Bible are usually what they say they found in the manuscripts, and just added the text. Vindicate me, YV, for I have walked in my integrity. Oops, I didn't bring it over here. And I have trusted in YV without wavering. Examine me, YV, and try me. Test my mind and my heart. For your love kindness is before my eyes, and I have walked in your truth. I do not sit with deceitful men, nor do I go with pretenders. I hate the assembly of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked. I'll wash my hands in the innocent. I wash my hands in innocence. Now go about your altar, YV. that I may proclaim with the voice of thanksgiving and declare all your wonders. O Ivy, I love your habitation of your house and the place where your glory dwells. Do not take my soul away. It seems like that's the catch here. Nor my life with men of bloodshed, in whose hand is a wicked scheme, in whose right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, I will walk in my integrity. Redeem me and be gracious to me. My foot stands on a level place. In the congregation I will bless Wyvie. Okay, so I quickly just go through and pick out what I feel are new verses. Now I'll go through and try to see how they hook together. Vindicate me, Wyvie, for I have walked in my integrity. That just seems to be a group by itself. I have trusted in Wyvie without wavering. Examine me and try me, test me my heart. That looks like a group. For your love kindness, and actually it's not love kindness, it's your kindness, is before my eyes. That just, and I have walked in your truth, and I do not sit with deceitful men, nor do I go with pretenders. I hate the evildoers, nor will I sit with the wicked. That's kind of a group. It needs to be divided up a little bit more, but I will wash my hands in innocence, and I'll go about your altars. Because you got to understand how many altars are there, why. Anyways, that I may proclaim. You don't want to just may, you want to proclaim. I proclaim with, and that just seems to be, those two seem to be separated. I will proclaim with the voice of thanksgiving and declare all your wonders. I love the habitation of your house and the place where your glory dwells. Do not take away my soul. Do not take my soul away. That one got me. Okay. Do not take away my soul away. I just want to break that. That doesn't, this, I'll explain a little bit more as I go on. Nor my life with men of bloodshed. Well, that would seem like it wants to hook with this. And then it's describing this, in whose hand is a wicked scheme, and whose right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, this really isn't a verse until I put it here, because this here actually doesn't need to be there. I walk with my integrity. Redeem me and be gracious to me. My foot stands on a level place. In the congregation I will bless Wyvie. Now, that was quickly going through and getting the text lined up. And what I'm seeing is a two verse. This is a 3 verse. This, I'm not sure, because if this hooks to it, then I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I go around. See, if I go like that and like that, then I've got 3 and 3. I will go about your altar, YV, that I may proclaim. I'm not sure if those would go together, but if it's a 3 verse, then it's going to go together. I love your habitation of your house, the place where your glory dwells. Do not take my soul away along with the sinners, nor my life in a bloodshed. That's those that kill, whose hand is a wicked scheme, and whose right hand is full of bribes. Now that's a 3 verse. I walk in my integrity, redeem me, and be gracious to me. Those two almost don't have enough in each of the verses. My foot stands on a level place in the congregations. I will bless you. And this you cannot do. You cannot bless our Creator, no matter how hard you try. You're just not qualified, excuse me. So there has to be a different word here. And so what I'll just do is I'll put that, meaning that there's got to be something here other than that. Okay, now let me go up here again and really take a serious look. Vindicate me, Wivey. Is there a better word for vindicate? Well, I look over here, I click on this word, and I see not much. I guess judge. Judge me, Wivey, for I have walked in my integrity. I have trusted in you. It has to be you. He's already told us. We have trusted in you. So I trusted you. Vindicate me, Wivey, for I have walked. Let's see what integrity is here for a second, because that's really not the right word. Blameless. Uprightness. Uprightness is a good way to say things. Integrity is not the right way. I'm going to put uprightness here. And why I'm doing that is because in the text, and I've done a lot of it, I'm trying to put in order to specific ways to reach righteousness. Okay. Noah and Abraham were righteous because they put our Creator above themselves. Okay. And then it has to be next down as obedient to our Creator, because once you're obedient, you're righteous. If you're upright, then you're obeying our Creator. Or is it obey is next and then uprightness the next step down? So I'm having a hard time trying to determine that progressive state going up, but I walked in my uprightness. And actually that now doesn't sound right. I walk in obedience. And vindicate me would be judge, really. He's asking to be judged by how he walks. So, and it's also something to help a 12-year-old to understand the text without having to go to a secular dictionary. So I really try to do that as well in the text. Judge me, YV, for I walked in my uprightness. I guess have should be there, for I have walked. I want to say with obedience. I think I'm missing an I here. Yeah, okay. Now this is a little bit too far off, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to underline it because integrity is not the word I would like to use here, but I would like to use a meaningful word among the steps to become righteous, because that's what he's asking for, to judge him on. So I have walked with obedience. I walked with obedience. And trusted. I walked in obedience by trusting you, not trusted, by trusting you. Really is by, yeah, by has to be here. And you're starting to see how I'm doing the highlighting of the words. The blue highlighted text, I'm getting rid of. The green highlighted words, I'm saying I'm replacing a word that's already there. And this is, I'm adding a word to the text without wavering. And now this becomes like a comma, period, comma, period. Now together they could make a 4-verse group, okay? So I'll leave it as it is right now and then continue. Examine me, YV. Try and test me. I see that I can get rid of the word me here and put me over here. And this way I would just highlight it that I'm moving that word from here to here, which happens quite a bit. I mean, we are going from Hebrew to English, so, and try, examine me, and try by testing me. And again, I need to add the word by. Although I'm not sure if that's flowing with the way it's written here. Maybe I gotta wait for a second, because that's try, examine, YV, try and test me. Okay, I think that would be better. Put and here, and I'll just say that I added it. Try and test me, my mind and my heart. Well, see, that is a 3-verse. Okay, now I because I can't really, well, wait a second. I'm avoiding the, for your love kindness is before my eyes. Now, how is his love kindness before his eyes? What the, because it's not, there's nothing in here to say about our Creator's love kindness or his kindness before his eyes. But if it goes, examine me, YV, try and test me, my mind and heart before your eyes. Because that kind of ties back in up to the other part of the text. My mind and my heart. My mind and heart is before your eyes. See, this doesn't need to be here. That, because there's nothing really here talking about love kindness as before your eyes, though. Here would be yours, your eyes. Your eyes. And then it would kind of examine me, YV, try and test me. Examine and try and test. That does complete this comma period. My mind and heart are before your eyes. Okay. Now with that, that makes it a really solid 4-verse. And then this is a solid 4-verse. So right now I've got a 4-verse format going here. Okay. I was looking different places here. But I don't know if I should sit up in the chair a little bit more. Maybe that's what I've got here. I've been adjusting my camera back and forth, and I guess I need to aim the camera down a little bit more, but it's been a struggle trying to get streaming going. Week number 3 and still got problems. Okay. But I'm now looking for a 4-verse to go through here. If not, because these are looking for 3-verse here. I have walked not in your truth, but by. And by, if you're going to try to do this, you got to really start, you should start by going through and correcting the small little words that you know. That'll help you get to the other part, because me just getting rid of this here, love kindness, that would have been, because you heard me, I was looking for where is it connecting, and it's not connecting, and then these are connecting, and that's what you should look for second. Okay, what words are connecting to complete it, and what words are just added that don't make any sense. I have walked by your truths, and that be his, so truths. And this might need to be changed by your commands. Yeah, because it's not truths. Yeah, it's not really truths. Let's see what I'm sure that this not going to be looking what I want it to be here. Truth. Yeah, this is not really, that is no help to be truthful. They're supposed to be obedient as much as possible, but they're actually keeping the promise from the descendant, their forefathers and foremothers, that they made an agreement with our Creator, and that was the 12 commandments that you've seen at the beginning. If you didn't see them, let me get them out. And okay, now these 12 commandments are what our Creator came down and said that you to be my nation, you must stay to my statutes, which is circumcision and celebrating his passing over, um, from not killing their firstborn sons. And then the next important laws that he gives them is this agreement that you do these and you will not be sent away as outcast from my nation. Okay. So these agreements, this agreement that you see here, our Creator then had Moses set up a tent for meeting with him. And what our Creator said, that if you didn't obey these, you could bring a sin offering to atone for your action of not obeying one of these. And to bring forth, he asked, bring forth a sacrifice as well, but he had rules of how this was going to happen. And he said this is as a sin offering. So these are there's only 12 sins. And it's the male, it's the father of the family and the wife that has to obey these. Then it comes down to they're guiding their children, but they aren't, children are children, okay? But at a certain point, they do become adults that they're responsible for their actions. So here, these are the agreement of what the people agreed with for their descendants also to remain within the nation, our Creator's nation. So when it comes to I have walked by your truth is not right. I don't care what word they're trying to compare it to, by your commandments. And that would be, it would be like the agreement to be judged by, because you need to atone to be forgiven. So that's why I'm going to use this instead of his commands. And then this is out, and this goes down. Now this, I got to say that, yes, I'm adding this word. So I'm going to make it gray. But when you see it here, I'm replacing it for a specific reason. But the word is just too far away. If it was within the shadow of that word, I would leave it, I would underline it, see how it fits and how it goes. So other than that, that's how I'm looking at what I'm looking for here and trying to explain the truth. And before your eyes, my heart and my mind and heart are before your eyes, and I have walked by your commandments. For, I think this one has to be the word for I have walked by your commandments. Nor did I sit. I'd have to say the word nor needs to be added here. Even though I see it next, that word next line down, it needs to start here. Nor did I sit with, now, deceitful men. I'm going to have to make a note to myself here. Because when I'm doing the order for righteousness, I also need a list of how evilness is completely, or evil or evilness is to be against our Creator. Wickedness is, I think, the next step down from there. And deceitfulness seems to play in line here. Um, and then there's liars. So I just want to make sure that because the more I go on, I better build that up and keep that as I go through and do this. Empty words, vain words, falsehood, deception, deceptive men, no. Shallow, do not sit with the. I guess deceitful men would fit. Okay. So, with deceitful, I do not sit with the deceitful. If I put the here and I get rid of the word men, then I'm including male and females that they're not sitting with. Nor did I. Yeah, I took the word not out and put it here more or less. Nor did I sit with the deceitful. Or or I guess it would be walk with pretenders. I think that would be the right. Go would be walk. Go, brought, carry, enter, follows. I quickly looking for the largest number one. These words here, that could I plug them in, and that's not the situation here. Turn, plan, went. See, I'm using it like the word went. Now this is where I'm thinking that I would underline it because it's very close to what's being said here. Because if you're sitting here, the next action would be walk with pretenders. Now, why the word pretenders showing up here? Now, if it's secret, pretenders was once. Conceal, hide. Now, here's a thing that if I said it was to conceal or hidden, like the word hidden here, nor go and hide with them, nor go hidden with them. I don't see the word pretender. Pretender is, that's like they've added that word to make themselves sound better here. And I'm thinking here, if this is hidden, let me just put that in just because I need to. Nor did I sit with the deceitful, or walk with them to be hidden, nor will I. As much as I hate it, I'm going to get rid of the word hidden and stay with that word pretenders. Well, it's not really pretenders. Do not walk with the unbelievers. That's better than pretenders. And again, that needs to have this underline here, because the word pretenders is just not hidden. Unbelievers? No. But I hate the assembly of evildoers. Well, you don't need to have an assembly of them. I hate evildoers. That's completely against our Creator. And I will not sit with their friends. I wash my hands in innocence. I hate evildoers. Now, let me see here. This is 4 verse. If I go up here and connect that, that becomes a 4 verse there. I walked by your commandments. This is actually so high. This has to be non-italic, and I'll take it from here, put it back in. So I have to put the word not back in. So I did not sit with deceitful, or walk with the unbelievers, for I hated the evildoers, for I hate evildoers. I think the word for has to be here. For I hate evildoers. And then that keeps to the 4 verse, because it's his justification, what he's doing. And then this is, again, to keep away from what they were doing. So because I don't like putting in another verse that's already here. This is a same like doubleness of what text is already there. I will not sit with the wicked. Well, I'll get rid of that because it's up here. He's not going to sit with the deceitful. See how I was describing the level? If I just write all these things down, I should be able to come up with, and then come up with something that I can stay with all the time. For I hate evildoers. You can't do this. You can't do this. You cannot wash your hands in this. You're asking him to judge you here. You can't tell him you're innocent or innocence. So that is not right. I will wash my hands and go about your altars. That is just not really sounding right. I will go about your altars. The altars are used to burn the offering of the trying to atone for your sin. So this would be an act that has to be tied with them serving our Creator. This would also make these words from a priest, if they are from a priest. You can't go around your altars and proclaim things. This verse is out of here, and does it cook with this? I'm not sure. I'm just going to skip because sometimes that might go someplace else, as you've seen in the other videos, that they've scrambled it in between them. I want to put, I will proclaim, I will, but this would be, this isn't, no, this is not right. Here he's asking to judge. He tested my heart, did not do this. Now he's proclaiming with thanksgiving and declared your wonders. This is almost like opposite of this. I proclaimed you with my voice. And declared and declare your wonders. Now, the word wonders should tie back to the plagues, parting of the Red Sea, and taking them into the promised land, how they just went through and defeated everybody. This has to tie with these type of wonders. If you look forward from there to say what wonders did our Creator do, there's nothing really. It would be an individual thing that he'd done where it's not really wonders. So I'm tying the word wonders with leaving Egypt and getting into the promised land. I proclaim because the way the text is going here, I have proclaimed you with my voice. I have, because this is kind of part of being judged, I guess. I have proclaimed you with my voice. I'm just seeing if the word Thanksgiving can be put down here, because otherwise I'm going to get rid of it. I have proclaimed you with my voice. I have proclaimed you with thanksgiving. Let me see what the word Thanksgiving is down here. And let me bring it up to the top. I have proclaimed you. Because if I use the word praise, because it's not a confession, praise, this seems to be thanks. So maybe I just do what I'm thinking, and that is I don't need this word. I have proclaimed you with my voice. And declared, not really declared them, you're retelling your wonders. What is declared here? Related, recount. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Recount your wonders. I have proclaimed you with my voice and recounted. Boy, now that I've read the word recount, I forgot the word that I was saying. I recalled your wonders. I proclaimed you with my voice and recounted. Now it also does have, no, it does also have the word tell down here 22 times. So I proclaimed you with my voice and told your wonders. Told them your wonders. This would be descendants, people that when asked, Ivy, I love your habitation. This is just idiot speaking here. I love you, the habitation of your house. Now, what do you mean by habitation? Let's see what they kind of go with habitation here. What other words? Dwelling place, your haunt, your den, your dwelling. Our Creator does not dwell there. He visits to talk when the priests come in and tell them what you're here to do to atone for sins. And the priest is now to ask him, do you forgive him? Because if not, our Father, our Creator, will tell them, no, send them out as outcasts. just trying to look good here in front of the neighbors. So I love your house. Now this means it's after Solomon, or since Solomon. Love your house. The place the place, not where your glory dwells. Place, because this has to be, I love your house and your holy room, the meeting room, and this place is known as a meeting room, and these are both his. And I would have to use a hyphen to begin with to say that this is to replace truthfully what this word is here. It's not a place. If he loves, if wifey, I love your house, and it has to be your meeting room too. Your meeting room. And then this would be, I tell them all your wonders, for I love your house and your meeting room. And here, and get rid here. And I love your meeting house and your meeting room where you visit. He doesn't live there, but he does visit there. Now that is a stretch, but it's still within the right, because we can never behold our Creator's glory. So that's just wrong. Where you visit, that's true there. Now up here, if this is 3 verse, then this did go to this one. This did get here. This one here goes. That one doesn't make it. Yeah, I'll get to that later. I just noticed that, but that's got to connect. And before I get to them, let me show you what, because it always helps to clean it up and try to read it again a few times to say that, look, that was just wrong words here. And let me see if a quick cleanup by saying 8-point text that I downsize everything in. Okay, and this has to be down. That. Place all. Okay, now that helps me clean up things real quick here. Sorry, it just takes me a minute or two to go through this. This has to be done though. Okay, now if I get rid of this, whoops, this, because I judge me, why, for I have walked with obedience. I trust in you without wavering. Examine me, Wivey. Try and test me. My mind and heart are before your eyes. For I have walked by your commandments, so I did not sit with the deceitful or walk with the unbelievers, for I hate evildoers. And, well, wicked doers. This has to be wicked doers right now. This has to be, because they're not on a level that I'm thinking of. The text would reflect more of that happening. For example, they would be worried about coming into the land. They would be worried about what the wickedness or the evil ones are saying against them. There's got to be more in here, because deceitful and unbelievers, you can't go directly to evil people. You just can't do that quickly. I just don't see that. I will go about your altars. Go about. I have proclaimed you with my voice and told them of your wonders. And that would be recalling it. But that would be, all of a sudden I'm at a 3 verse and these are 4 verse. That's not good. That's not good. I love your house where you visit. This would be out. I have proclaimed you with my voice, told all your wonders. I love your house where you visit. Then this would not be needed. And let me just put that in yellow and this in yellow. It's actually just a place where you visit. I could put the word place you visit. Love your house where you visit. I still would need the word there. But that would make that a 4 verse group. So let me go up here and still see if there's 4 verse found in here. I need some space here to make sure I don't grab that when I go with the next text. And a little AC in the room. Do not take. Now, the word soul is being used wrong by this writer. This writer who is ever editing the text does not understand. Our soul, our Creator tells us, can never be destroyed. He's guaranteeing that. Can't destroy what our Creator made. Do not take me away. Do not take me away Now this would be like into captivity is what I'm thinking, because there's no other way that they're gonna do not send me away with with the evil sinners. If I, this is what those that were sent away into captivity. Now they are really the bad guys, okay? Because they were doing this. This is what Malachi tells us in chapter 2:11. Judah married. Now this is the kingdom of Judah. Judah has married the daughter of a foreign god. What that means is that they're sitting and meditating to have a sex with a so-called female goddess. If you've ever studied mythology, the story will be where Athena pops forth from Zeus's forehead. Um, Here, also in Revelation, you've heard of her. And down here, Jeremiah tells us what they were doing. Their forefathers, kings, and it can't be the word princes here. It has to be others than those. They didn't see no misfortune when they were on to the queen of heaven. So who is the queen of heaven? This daughter that they're talking about as a queen. And what I did show you in the beginning was the text here about the sun being capitalized. This is Ra, the sun god from Egypt, and his daughter would be the moon. Okay. And so this is what's being tied into the text here of those being led away into captivity because maps. Because when I get into showing you the timeline and show you that just to understand what's going on here in my thinking as how these words are referring to a way. Here they lose East Manasseh first. I'll show you where that's located, and that was to Aram. And then down here, these go to Assyria. Then when Assyria comes back again, they take more, and then this king approaches our creator and he sends them away by hearing a rumor and didn't go in here. So when I told you about Malachi and Jeremiah, Jeremiah is the last prophet here. So this is when they were really corrupt over here under the female goddess. Now, these 12 tribes, I thought I had that marked as to be, I got to fix that again. Whoops. Let me use this map here. This is the part that went first. So, yes, this was corrupt right up in here. But because they didn't send them away the first time, these guys weren't that evil, I'd say, but all these were gone. And then these were next. So that's why they were sent into captivity. They had left our creator. And that's where I have the word evil one that I didn't put in. Now, this is definitely talking about if you're sending me away with evil sinners, nor my life with men of bloodshed, because that's would have been who they're being sent away, and whose hand is a wicked scheme and whose right hand is full of bribes. That would seem to be part of this group that's going to going to leave. So this I'm seeing is connected to this, but this is a 3-verse, this is a 3-verse, but I had a 4-verse above. See, this is I hate evildoers, and I've changed it. Where is that? I thought I changed that. Oh, I changed it down here. Let me take this. Up here and just say I've already done this. No, I better leave that. Oops, not that. Put that over here. But that's because I didn't like evildoers. So, because they weren't talking about evildoers. I'm seeing that this is going to be 2 separate pieces they've stuck together. Really. I just don't, I can't explain it any other way. Because these are so well put together here as 4-verse, 4-verse. And this, let me show you here, because this is like 2 paragraphs connecting together to make a larger paragraph. This one needs a 4-verse, and you can see I can make this a 4-verse. I walked with commandments, do not hate evildoers, I proclaim you with them. Yes, this would be connecting. So this really needs to be connected that way. This needs that. And that would be a 4-verse. Because if you go around the altars, that's just too far out there. So that would be out, and this would be out. Now let me go up here and do that up here. I can get rid of that correction, say that that doesn't connect. And then I had it, comma, period, get rid of that, comma, period, and got rid of this. So I can get rid of this, and actually I can put it up here and say that, okay, or you visit, and do it that way. Because place is the house. So, okay, now I have that cleaned up. Let me get rid of it here. Now that means that there's 4-verse group, and they're connecting to make a larger paragraph. But this right here, that's a 3-verse, that's a 3-verse, that's a 3-verse. And I'll bet you, do not take me away with evil. Do not take me away with the evil sinners. Do not take me away. Do not. This has to be send. He doesn't personally take you, but it would be here, Do not send me away. And don't need this. That highlight, that color of text, that is what they've added to the Bibles, and that's how they note it as italic words in your Bible. So the thing here is when I sit here and get rid of text like that, it's really not there. They're adding it anyway. Sometimes I use it, but I don't think it's needed right here. Do not send me away. Now that would be like a period then, and then these two here have to connect. And that's kind of how the way they would write in a 3-verse format to connect the words together. Do not send me away with the evil sinners. Or men of bloodshed. I could put the word or here, and I can get rid of this because my life, he's already saying, do not send me away with the evil sinners or men of bloodshed. So this would be here. And maybe these would be referred to as the captors. Men of bloodshed. Those I'm thinking can be changed into or like they, because he's referring to them up here in this up above. So in they, not, I don't need the word in, their hands. Evildoers and men of bloodshed. Their hands had a wicked scheme. They had a wicked scheme. They did wicked schemes. I don't think I need the word hands. They do wicked schemes. They done wicked schemes. They done. And I guess I'm adding that word. And they done wicked schemes. And I'm thinking something like that. It's kind of like for they have done. With the evil sinners are men of bloodshed, for they have done wicked schemes. For they had done. I want to add the word for here at the beginning. For they had done wicked schemes. For by their right hand. Although if I don't use this, that's a 4-verse there. Because it's talking about them up here. But those, now, how do I, those right, whose right hand is full of bribes? Is, it has to be were. No, he's talking about they haven't been taken away yet. They're coming. They're at the front door, and he's asking the difference here. For they had done wicked schemes, and whose right hand is full of bribes. Well, if they're right there at the front door, was in past tense, I guess. And I don't think I'm right, but in their hands, whose hands, not hands, but whose ways are full of bribes. They had wicked schemes, and those who plan, whose wicked scheme and whose plan was full of bribes. Not getting, this hands thing is not working for me here. For they had done wicked schemes, and for they had done wicked schemes, and in whose hands, and from whose hands, and from whose hands. I don't like that as much as changing the word hands to ways, whose ways, and this would be 4 here. Whose hands. This is a shadow of it. It's probably about the farthest shadow I'm going to actually say, but it's it's a stretch, I know, but that's kind of what it means in their hand, their right hand. It's their ways, or for for they had done wicked schemes, and whose ways were full of bribes. That's talking about this group here. So that makes another small paragraphs, 3 verse. Yet the walk. Now that's odd, because that is now connecting with the words at the top. Yet I walk, yet I will walk. I walk. Don't need the word will. Redeem me, be gracious to me. And just like this, I have to do the same I did above. And that was with obedience. Walk with obedience. And I walk with my obedience. Then it's YV redeem me and be gracious to me. That's it's not enough words to be to make those two verses like that. It's not the style of the writers that I've got going here above. Um, they usually need more than just one word. Well, getting a cramp in my back. It's not feeling good here. Oh, as for me, be gracious and redeem me. Just the words, be gracious to me and redeem me. Yet I walk with obedience. So be gracious to me and redeem me. Because this word redeem is definitely tied with our Creator. Oops, I'm adding that. My foot stands on a level place. Now that's kind of odd. That doesn't seem to fit at all. Um, just a second here. I gotta move around a little bit. Still can't get rid of that thing. It's not feeling good either. Oh, I might have to stop this stream after I get done with this one. Oh man, I know everybody doesn't like a leg cramp, but wait until you get old. You get these in your back a lot too. So, um, yet I will walk with obedience. So be gracious to me and redeem me. But that's a paragraph. This is just, I would have to make that verse mine. This doesn't sound right. So those, yes, they're gone. But here I have to say that this would be something's missing here. And that would be like they just didn't care. They just wanted to continue with distorting the text. Whoops. No, that has to be a period. To be a three verse. Boy, now the hiccups. Well, this is the crappiest stream I've ever had. I've never had this many problems. My voice is finally getting used to lasting long enough for at least 4 hours now. But do not send me away with the evil sinners or men of bloodshed, for they had done wicked schemes, and whose ways were full of bribes. Yet I walked with obedience, so be gracious to me and redeem me. That seems to be just different. Judge me, Wavi, for I have walked with obedience. Okay. I'm liking that. So I'll keep that. By trusting you without wavering. Examine me. I'm trying to see if I can make them 3 verse all of a sudden, but I think I'd be removing too much in between the text. So judge me, Wivey, for I have walked with obedience by trusting you without wavering. Examine me, try and test me. My mind and heart are before your eyes. For I have walked by your commandments, so I did not sit with the deceitful, nor walk with the unbelievers, for I hated wicked doers. I have proclaimed you with my voice, and told them your wonders, and I love your house where you visit. Now, it seems he's told these from here to here. He told them, but I think I added the word in here. Nor walk with unbelievers, for I hate evil wicked doers. I have proclaimed you with my voice, and told them your wonders, and I love your house where you visit. Do not send me away with the evil sinners or men of bloodshed. Yeah, that's just two different, that's just a piece of something going someplace. It's just a piece, but I do like that word there. I like this word here, but it might not fit when I go with wherever I find these pieces go to. But now let me see here. Where would I say this text is coming from? There's not enough there by your house where you visit. That means it's not really a priest. The priest wouldn't write something like that. I walk with obedience, trust in you without wavering, examine me and trust me. Could it be a king? Because it's surely not a prophet. Because I see a prophet not doing this. That's past tense. He's already known. Once you know our creator exists, it's just another different way of life. You have no idea um, that you conscious every minute that our creator is watching you. So that's ongoing. So it's not a prophet. Is it a weaker king? It could be, and I think that's the best I could do. An unknown king. Now I could make a guess, but I'm not going to right now. And I think that's the answer there. What is size 9 in here? Yep. Because if I go up here and I go like that and take a screenshot of for myself and go forward. But oh, my shoulder, man, that's just not good. Oh. Well, the voice chat works. I can see that for the first time when I'm talking, I'm highlighted, and when I stop it, hey, okay. So that's how that works. Still figuring it out. Still trying to make room for people to be able to interact with me. I've had many people comment, and I'm thinking that I've made some adjustments in and out, and it's during some days I've noticed that nobody's around or won't search Twitch gives or not Twitch, yeah, Twitch. I can put in subjects that if people search for, they can find me. And it looks like nobody's typed in for the Bible or religion or spirituality or even atheists today. But I do like that text, and that's good enough for me. Well, I forgot to uncover myself there. Sorry about that, but my shoulder was, man, I tell you, that's bad news. It's still bad news. So, should I continue? Because it's only been an hour and a half. Yeah, I'm going to have to try to put a marker in here. I will do this. Nope, not that. Wrong one. This are other Psalms that you can see that I've done, and I'll let that play for the end